All right, here's the scene. You go into work, you get assigned a task. Hey, we need you to do this. And you say, nope, not going to do that. What happens? Are you reprimanded? Are you fired? Does this go in your permanent file against you? There's a list of things that aren't very good. And that's how it goes in the workforce. That's how it goes when you have a job, when you work, right? What we typically think of as work or we typically think of as a job in the modeling world, it's not like that. If somebody says, hey, we want you for this shoot, and they're not even auditioning for it, they just say, we want you. And you go, nope, not going to do it. Nobody's reprimanding you for this. You get to pick the work that you want to participate in. So if you say, nope, I'm not going to do that shoot, what happens? Well, I'll tell you because I've done it many times over the years. And I do it more present day than I ever have in the history of me modeling. What usually happens is I say, nope, thanks, not interested. And they say, awesome, take care, and they move on to the next model that might be a good fit for their shoot, whatever it is. There's no punishment, there's no bad feeling. Oh no, sorry guys, I can't help you out with this. There's no bad feelings at all. Just goes, move on to the next one, because there is somebody else that's a good fit for that, just like I would be a good fit for certain things, and I'm also not a good fit for even more things. You get to pick the work you want to participate in, and it's not a punishable offense. So reframe the way that we think of modeling. For me, what worked is to stop thinking of this as work, because I had this weird concept of work, clock in 9 to 5. When I'm on the clock, somebody assigns a task to me, I have to do it, or I'm going to have some repercussion that goes against me and my potential success at the company, at the work, whatever. That's how I thought of work, and that's not how this is at all. Now, it's different when you're actually hired for the job and you're on set and the expectation is you perform a certain set of things, but there's so many layers before that to set the scene that say, hey, this is what we expect of you. This is kind of what we're going to be doing. Plenty of filters along the way for you to say, oh, yeah, I don't really want to do that. And that's fine. But by the time you're on the set, it is expected that, hey, here's the work that we're going to do. And, if there's any sort of red flag that it's a kissing scene or something like this that might be on the edge of morality for you, whatever your moral standards are, they typically communicate that before the shoot, before you even audition. In the breakdown of the audition, they say, hey, this has a kissing scene. If you're comfortable with that, great, audition. If not, that's totally fine too, whatever. So you have your set of filters along the way to where you could say, nope, I'm not doing it, and nobody's offended. You literally could say, nope, not doing it. There's no marks against you. Nobody's holding a grudge against you. You just go on about your day. They go on about theirs, trying to find who's a good fit for their shoot. And that's that. It's so cool. It's not like the workforce. So the way that I think of this is not work, even though it takes effort and all these things just like work does. I think of this as paid leisure labor. Paid leisureful labor. So it's like, yes, it's work, but I enjoy the work. And it's like, if I had a 9 to 5 job, which I've been there, you can't just say, nope, I'm not doing that. If it's like, this is under your job description, it's expected of you, your boss gave this to you, whatever. You can't really do that. It's real work. It's not like leisure labor. It's like you have to do this. So in modeling, you get the leisure to say, nope, I'm not going to do it. No thanks. And that's totally fine. So this is one thing that's really cool. You can say no to a shoot. There's no punishment for you. There's also the way this is different from work in the traditional sense is that when you get booked on a shoot, you can turn it into your own adventure. It's like choose your own adventure in the sense of, yes, you have the shoot, but that's only taking X amount of hours in the day or days or week or whatever, however long the shoot is. And then you have all this other time. So as if you went and clocked in a 9 to 5, you have all the hours after 5 p.m. before 9 a.m. to do with whatever you want. So you can create your own side quests this way. It's not like that with work. If you have, let's say at work, they say, hey, you have a meeting at 10 a.m. and it's over on that side of campus. Let's say you work for a big company that has a campus. Meeting at 10 a.m. over on that side of campus, and you're like, oh, I love that side of campus. There's this trail over there, this hiking trail I really want to go to. After that meeting, I'm just going to go hike. You can't really do that. It's like, no, you got to get back to the office and you have work to do after that meeting and so on. With this, you can have your shoot. Hey, we book you from 9 to 5. 5 p.m. is up. You can go hit that hiking trail, and now you have your own side quest that fulfills you, your actual lifestyle, your desires, beyond just, oh, I'm shooting, I'm a model, and this is so much fun, right? So this is what I mean when I'm like lifestyle first. If you're into, let's say you're a bookstore fanatic and you booked a shoot out of town in some other town, some city you've never been to, you can literally turn your shoot that's paid for you to go out there and do your work into a new bookstore adventure for you. You look up the bookstore, the coolest one in the area for where you're going to be shooting, and you can go visit that when you're not shooting. Now, because of this work, because of you modeling, and because you have marketed yourself in a good way to be able to book a shoot like this, that's wherever it is, you now get to fulfill the big hobby that you have. You go and do the bookstore. If you're a golfer, oh man, there's a cool course over here I want to play, or a couple courses I want to play when I go out there to shoot. So maybe I go out a day earlier or I stay a day later. You extend your travel, and it could be on your own dime, or if they're paying for your travel, you could just say, hey, can you just, instead of booking me the day before, just book me, book my flight 2 days before or 2 days after, whatever, because it's going to be the same price more than likely for them, or at least relatively close. They're paying for the ticket already. You'll probably have to pay for your own hotel stay that extra night or whatever. Maybe you can negotiate it if you do it well. But the point is, it's not like work where, hey, you have a you have a conference you have to go to next week on Wednesday, so you fly out Tuesday night and you fly back Wednesday night and you're back in the office Thursday. You can go, no, I'm just not going to go to the office. I'm not going to book anything Thursday, Friday. I'm going to make a little trip out of it. And it's not like work in this sense. You can make this totally leisureful for you. It's paid leisure labor. That's the way I look at it. So create your own side quests based off of the shoots that you have, even in town. Like, how many of us have seen so many cool things in our own neighborhoods that we've never visited? Like, there's things that are within 5 miles of me. I've been living around them for years and I've never experienced them. But if I book a shoot over there and I have a little extra time, maybe it's a half-day shoot, and then I go out there, spend the second half of the day after the shoot exploring my own neighborhood, and it turns into a cool little side quest. So you could definitely do that. Another way this is different from work, when I worked in the corporate world, there was never a day, not a single day, where I worked, okay, I'm working 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I clock out at 5 and I go, you know what? I'm going to save my evening and I'm going to hang out here at work. I'm going to hang out just to see what happens, see if there's something cool with the people. And never, ever. The moment I was done, I was done, I was out. And that's how it is for most people that have a 9 to 5. Most people that have a job, you clock out and you're done. With modeling, what I have found is there's so many cool people and so many creative, kick-ass personalities of people where I would find myself so many times like, man, I wish we could hang out after the shoot. Like, I just connected with this person, whether it was like the stylist, the photographer, the digitech, or whoever that you bond with. It's like, man, when the shoot's over, I had something else, or I had to get over here, or I didn't leave that afternoon or that evening open for the chance of networking, befriending, and spending a little time afterwards, going out for food, or whatever it is. I never did that when I worked a 9 to 5. It was like, oh, work is work, done, get out of there, that's it. With this, with the modeling world, I'm like, there's so many cool people that you come across. Having a little bit of extra time that you just leave yourself after the shoot wraps to say, yeah, I'm free for an hour. It doesn't have to be crazy like the whole night or whatever, but I'm free for an hour just to build a better bond. You can make so many good friends doing this. And that is something that I never had at work. I was never wanting to hang out at work after work was done. But this case, everybody, for the most part, enjoys the work that they're doing. And you can find some cool bonds with people, and you go, man, maybe this turns into a rap party, right? The shoot wraps and everybody's like, oh, it's rap party time. We're going to have a party because we wrapped the shoot. It was a successful shoot. Everything went off without a hitch or with a hitch, but we fixed the hitch, so everything is good, whatever it is. That's something that's not like work for me. It has never been like work in the sense of, I want to hang out with these people. It's a cool aspect of shoots, of shoot sets, of shoot productions, is you find some people that are just pretty amazing. So when you start to think of modeling, you going out and booking a shoot, you booking shoots that you travel to, or you booking shoots right in your hometown, when you start thinking of this, it doesn't have to be like labor, like work, right? You can think of this as, I'm prioritizing doing well and crushing it with this shoot. So my shoot preparation, everything after I finish the shoot, Everything's buttoned up, how I perform on set. Everything, prioritize that, crush it, but also build your own side quests so that you enjoy the process of shooting even more. Like some of the things I look forward to the most, I have a shoot next week, 3 days out of town. I get to take my family, hotel paid for, all this stuff, and they get to adventure and do their thing while I shoot. And then when I'm done shooting, we get to adventure in the afternoon, the evening, that sort of thing. And I love that because we get to go and fill our own hobbies. You should do the same thing as you think of this. Don't make it just a labor thing. Make it a paid leisure labor. Look at this bug coming at me. Make it a paid leisure labor. That's that. It's not really work. Even though it is work, it's not really work.